Alright, what's up everybody? It's CS Nazo, and I'm here with my WWE Money in the Bank predictions, what I want to happen. Basically just talking about Money in the Bank for a little bit, since this is going to be the first pay-per-view in a very long time that I've watched the Buffalo Wild Wings. And of course, Rob Van Dam! Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of his matches, but I've seen a few of his matches. I'm on WWE compilation DVDs, and they're pretty good. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about these matches. I'm in the order that Wikipedia puts them from top to bottom. So let's see here. All right, The Shield versus the Usos. Okay, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be saying what I want to happen, possibly why, what I think will happen, and possibly why. And what I want to happen and what I think will happen is the Shield wins. Why do I want the Shield to win? Because it's been a when I joined WWE, the big faction at the time was the Nexus. And looking back on the Nexus now, I hesitate to call them the best faction in WWE history, but they were definitely a very, very good faction, and they made WWE worth watching. And the Shield comes as close to that as possible. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of like the three-man faction. To be honest with you, I believe the perfect number for a faction is 4, and I know I'm rambling here, but just go with me on that. But yeah, I believe the perfect number for a faction is 4, but otherwise, I really like the Shield as a faction. As a heel faction, I really like that. And as much as I would like to see the Usos win a Tag Team Championship, I'd rather see the Shield win the Tag Team Championship, get over more, and actually make this faction seem like a threat, because at least at this point, you know, like, the one thing I want to see WWE do, though, is I want to see the Shield win over clean. I want the Shield win the match clean. Because if they do that, then, you know, like, because I like the Shield, I just feel like they're not going to let the Shield win clean. But then again, I haven't really been paying full attention to Monday Night Raw, and I've even been missing episodes of SmackDown, mainly because I've just kind of accepted the fact that WWE is going down the shitter here. But yeah, I have a pretty strong feeling that the Shield's going to win this one, and I am pretty sure, I mean, that's what I want to happen, and I'm pretty sure is what's going to happen. Shield's going to win. John Cena versus Mark Henry, singles match for the WWE Championship. I want Mark Henry to win, but I know Cena's going to win. I want Mark Henry to win because I've heard rumors that he's going to be retiring, like, soon. I'm going to guess sometime around WrestleMania 30, maybe. I don't know. And I say I give him a few, you know, like, I'm not talking like an extended reign as WWE Champion. I'm talking like maybe 4 or 5 months. They're not going to get it to him because they have to put over Cena, which I hate. So yeah, I want Mark Henry to win, just to get the title off Cena, to be honest with you, and because I think he's going to be retiring soon, and I think that WWE Championship would kind of be like the exclamation point, or whatever. But you gotta know that they're going to put over Cena in this match. Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler, World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what's going to happen in this match, actually. I mean, I kind of like Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler kind of equally. But I really don't know who's going to win. To be honest with you, I actually want Dolph Ziggler to win, if only because I know he's going to be the future of this company. He's going to play a big role in the future of this company. Hell, he's already playing a big role in the company. But he's going to be. I see that he's going to be playing a much bigger role in the company by WrestleMania 30. And Dolph Ziggler has only had what, 2 reigns as champion? As world champion. Yeah, I want Ziggler to win that match. So, he'll have another world title. At this point in time, Alberto Del Rio has had 4 world title reigns? I know that's technically not a lot when it comes to main event standards, but I really do want Dolph Ziggler to win in this one. What do I think will happen? I honestly have no idea. Yeah. But I do know one thing. If Alberto Del Rio does win that match, it's not going to be a clean win. WWE never lets their heels win over a clean. To put the most talented heel up against, like, the worst face wrestler in the company, at least in storyline, and the heel would still have to cheat in order to win. No. No. You don't do that. And giving him a short time as face, no. The reason why Edge and Triple H were such good heels was because occasionally they did win over clean. They didn't always have to cheat. Yeah, they would try to cheat in the match, but when it comes to the very end of the match, they won clean. It wasn't roll up. They didn't cheat. They didn't do anything like that. They won clean. But yeah, to be honest with you, I'm perfectly cool with either one of these guys holding the title. But I think I'd rather have Dolph Ziggler with the title, to be honest with you. Okay, the All-Stars Money in the Bank ladder match. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Christian, Kane, Rob Van Dam. Hold on. It's 7. Odd, as they usually have either 6 or 8. I think this is the first time the title ladder match with 7 competitors. I'm going to take a look at that. I actually just finished watching a video by Tubby Emu saying that there's a very good possibility that Kane will not be at Money in the Bank, and that either the slot's not going to get filled at all, or it's going to be taken out by somebody else. I have 2 things that I want to say. That I want to happen. Basically, I know they're going to take Kane out of the match because of a serious injury, and I don't really blame them for doing that. But if they're going to have anyone take a slot, I have 2 options for you. 1, Rey Mysterio. If he's back from injury leave, do it, because even though he's only had 3 reigns as world champion in his entire career, there's not one wrestling fan who would not consider Rey Mysterio an all-star. Really does deserve that spot. But if Rey Mysterio is still on injury leave, then I say put Brock Lesnar in there, because CM Punk's in that match. CM Punk has a little bit of a feud with Brock Lesnar going on right now. And let's face it, CM Punk's going to be facing either Curtis Axel or Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and there's a pretty good chance it's going to be Brock Lesnar. Oh yeah. I think putting Brock Lesnar in that match would really shake things up. Like Paul Heyman what I want to say. It would shake things up, because basically after the match, I don't see CM Punk winning the match, and if Brock Lesnar does get put in the match, I don't see him winning it either. But that if Brock Lesnar was put in that match, it's going to put Heyman on the spot, it's going to shake up this feud, it's going to stir the pot, and it's going to make the match at SummerSlam much much better, rather the build up to it. Because you have two talented wrestlers in CM Punk and Brock Lesnar who really know what they're doing. That match is going to be epic. And I personally believe that putting Brock Lesnar in the Money in the Bank ladder match in in the spot that Kane was taken before he got injured would really shake things up. Now for the actual prediction. For what I want to happen regarding the winner of the match. Let's see here. I want to see Rob Van Dam win. Just because, I don't know. I don't think CM Punk needs the Money in the Bank briefcase to get a world title shot. He doesn't need it, You can have him win a number one contenders match and then just have him win at a pay-per-view, and that'll work. But I want Rob Van Dam to win. So I mean, because this is his return match here. This is his return match. So I say like a box of Skittles. So yeah, I want them to show respect to Rob Van Dam by having him win that briefcase and having him say, yeah, I'm here. Give me the world title right now. Because usually when a superstar returns to WWE from being absent for like a very long time, they're not immediately given a title shot. With maybe the exception of Chris Jericho. But whatever, I personally believe that basically Rob Van Dam should climb that ladder, grab that briefcase, and at SummerSlam cash it in on John Cena for the WWE Championship, take that title away from him. What I think will happen? I have no idea. Looking at the competitors, I don't see Christian winning. There's a good possibility Rob Van Dam could win. I don't see CM Punk winning. There's not as much of a chance as Daniel Bryan winning as there is Rob Van Dam, but there's still a chance of that. Roughly the same amount for Randy Orton. Overall, something tells me Sheamus is going to win because he's the second Cena. Okay? Now, Sheamus actually does have chat. Unlike Cena, Sheamus actually does have a little bit of talent. Sheamus can get some things done in the ring if you give him a good opponent. But let's face it, people, they're booking him as the second Cena. Come on, guys. And something tells me that Sheamus is going to win just because, Cena's God, Sheamus is Jesus. Down the match, Chris Jericho versus Ryback. Something tells me they're going to put over Ryback in this one. They have WWE has a list of superstars that they absolutely must put over. Cena's definitely at the top of that list. And while looking back on it, I actually kind of take back what I just said about Sheamus being number 2. But number 2 is either Sheamus or Ryback, and number 3 is the other one. Those are the 3 superstars they must put over at all costs in their mind. The reality is superstars they should really be putting over Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. I kind of like Face Miz, actually. Looking here. I think Wade Barrett has some talent, Antonio Cesaro, Damian Sandow. In fact, all of these guys in, the ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship should be put over. That may be Fandango, but I just don't like the dancing gimmick. I just don't like maybe if they give him, a different gimmick that isn't dancing related, then maybe I could get into it. But anyway, back in the ladder match. I see Ryback winning this one because they have to put over Ryback at all costs. And Chris Jericho likes putting over wrestlers. Let's face it, people. Chris Jericho really likes putting over wrestlers. And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing that Chris Jericho likes to put over wrestlers. Because he's the only person he's a big name wrestler who wants the wrestling industry to stay alive, and in order to do that, you need big name superstars, like after you retire. So you have to put over the young talent now before you can really retire. But to be honest, what I want to happen is I want Chris Jericho to win this match, if only because he's been putting over superstars left and right. Have him win a match for once, make it seem like he's actually a credible wrestler. I mean, they're still booking him as if he's main event status, a little bit. And if you think about it, if you're going in with the mindset that wrestling's real, which it's not, but if you thought that wrestling was real, you would consider Chris Jericho a very, very bad wrestler. Just judging by how much he loses and how much he puts over superstars. I want Chris Jericho to win, so there's still that sense that this is a very talented wrestler. And Chris Jericho definitely is a talented wrestler, but it's not really giving off that. It's not really giving off the impression that Chris Jericho can still win a match. That this guy is, that this guy is still something to be taken seriously. I want him to win a match. Maybe, what I really want him to do? I want him to win a championship. Once again, another 4 or 5 month reign as champion. Just shows that this guy still has it. This guy can still win a match. This guy's still something to take seriously. That's all I have to say on that one. Right. Oh yes, the future stars, World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank. Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Damien Sandow, Dean Ambrose, Fandango, Jack Swagger, and Antonio Cesaro. There are actually a few tag teams in here, in Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro, and then you have the wild cards, Wade Barrett, Dean Ambrose, and Fandango. To be perfectly honest with you, as much as I would like to see Dean Ambrose win this match, fair and square, there I go again, with put over the heels. Actually, holy shit, I just noticed this. All the guys in the All-Stars Money in the Bank ladder match are faces. All the guys in the future, and all the guys for the World Heavyweight Championship are heels. I don't know why they did that. I didn't notice that. Huh. Wondering why I didn't see that before. But who do I want to win this match? Either Dean Ambrose or Wade Barrett, because personally I believe Wade Barrett has the potential to be main event status. I don't think he's come anywhere close to reaching that, but I think Barrett does have potential to be main event status. And so does Dean Ambrose. However, I don't see Dean Ambrose winning the Money in the Bank briefcase because he already has the United States title, and it hasn't been since, 2010 that someone's actually held 2 titles at the same time. I think back in, before ECW really... before they got rid of the ECW brand, that was actually pretty common, not super common, but it wasn't anything that you'd be like, huh? So, but yeah, I don't see him winning Money in the Bank. I don't see him as both United States Championship and Money in the Bank winner. Even though The Miz did that, I don't see them doing it again. As much as I would like to see that happen, I don't think it's going to happen. Who do I think will win? I'm sorry, I just hate the dancing gimmick. I am very sorry, but Fandango is one of those wrestlers that WWE feels they have to put over at all costs. And to be honest, Fandango actually does have a lot of talent. You know, Fandango is a pretty good wrestler. I've said this 1,000 times in this video alone before. I hate the dancing gimmick. Get rid of it. Alright, Curtis Axel versus The Miz. Alright. I want Curtis Axel to beat The Miz in this match, and I think it will happen, to be honest with you, because I've actually seen a lot of other people, well, not a lot of other people, I've seen a few other people talk about Curtis Axel, and they kind of say something like, Curtis Axel does have the potential to be a very big player here in WWE. It's just that he hasn't come anywhere close to reaching that potential yet. And personally, I feel that give it a few, I want to say, I don't think that's going to be enough. Give it some time, and Curtis Axel will definitely find a way to be entertaining. Definitely. And you gotta, I say put him over. I say put him over with the Intercontinental Champion. What I think will happen, and that's what I want to happen. Okay, final match. At least according to Wikipedia, this is the final match. AJ Lee versus Kaitlyn for the Divas Championship. Let's face it, people, WWE doesn't give a shit about the Divas at all. So, what do I have to say regarding it? Well, to be honest, I don't know what I want to happen because WWE has given me absolutely no reason to give a shit about the Divas division. I'm not saying the female wrestlers are not talented. In fact, I've seen them wrestle. I mean, they're actually pretty damn talented. It's just that WWE is not giving me any reason to give a shit about this match. Okay, they've been doing that for years. They're not. Ever since I became a fan of wrestling, they have not been giving us any reason to care about what's happening in the Divas division. Although, I do have a prediction for what I think will happen. I honestly believe that Kaitlyn is going to take the title from AJ Lee, and they're going to build into this really, really big, huge Divas match at SummerSlam. That's really all I have to say on the matter. I actually feel kind of bad that I'm not giving the Divas match the credit it deserves. I mean, what do I know? I mean, maybe it is entertaining. I don't know. I might like it, but maybe part of my brain is just sexist. I don't know. But anyway, according to Wikipedia, those are all the matches, at least according to Wikipedia. And we all know Wikipedia is the most accurate site in the world. So yeah, that's really all I have to say on the matter. I'm CS Nazo, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video I upload, whether it be GMO. I do not know.